You gotta leave your personal belongings outside. God sent me so much signs not to take this job, y'all.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. By the way,
hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing a story time on my weird job experience while I do my makeup to go nowhere. Anyways, to get into this story, I was a social media manager. That's a position I was hired for. And honey, that didn't even last 2 weeks because I left. So to give y'all a little backstory, the hiring process was kind of smooth, right? It had some level of professionalism. It was done through a third-party company in which I happened to know the recruiter of this third-party company. Like, I guess you call it a staffing agency or something like that. They handle the whole, hiring process, sending in resume, whatever. So that was done. God sent me so much signs not to take this job, y'all. I'm telling you, they wanted to do the first interview, the interview online. And literally 30 minutes before the interview, blackout. I had to message her and tell her, like, can we reschedule? Which they did reschedule for, like, late in the afternoon on the same day. A week later, they asked if I could come in for an interview, an in-person interview. I'm like, sure. They set up 1 o'clock for the interview, in which I did go in for 1. If you've been watching my video or you know me, you would see that I always complain that I'm late. Baby, I try my best to be early on that specific day. And y'all, even though I was 2 minutes late. Thinking I late? First of all, he didn't even expect me. He didn't inform the receptionist, like, okay, this person coming in for an interview. I was waiting there like minutes to 2 before I went in his office. So I initially told him that I don't want to be working at a company and you get me doing double roles or triple roles. You're hiring me for this position, I expect to be doing this job alone, right? Because I had previous experience doing a role that, like, I wasn't hired for, but I had to do it still. Anyways, that was he assured me that, okay, you're only doing the role that you're applied for, whatever. No, you're not doing anybody else's job, whatnot. When I tell you, I never know a social media manager needed graphic designing skills or photography skills. Star asked to see photos that I've took before, graphics that I've done. Luckily, I did do a few graphics, but that was just me playing around, right? I didn't know that people would actually want to see that, because do note, I have experience doing social media work. So I had a fair idea of what the role entails. I told him in an interview also that I made sure I told him, because I'm a uni student. I need to be home. Well, I need to leave work for this specific time to be home this specific time, since I do have classes starting at this specific time. He assured me, like, okay, yeah, you'll only be working up to so time. First day of the job was the following week. They asked us to start on Monday. Usually, I know if you start on a specific day, it's because that's when their pay cycle starts. By the way, this job here, I was really excited about this job because it was paying good. It was paying more than the average salary that you're paid in Guyana, especially at a private sector. You get gone into work on the first day. By the way, they told me to come in for 9 o'clock, right? 9 to 5. This is the time I'm told work is. I reach in for 9 o'clock. I reach in actually before 9 o'clock. I reach in like 8:30. Tell me why. The receptionist, again, is confused as to who am I, what I'm there for. First, she thought I was a customer. Secondly, she thought I'm there for an interview when I already was there for the interview and I got the job. And it just so happens that, remember I mentioned that I knew the recruiter? Well, another girl, which I know, she got hired at the same company, which she started the same day, but for a different role. So she came into work around the same time as I did. We both had to go in for the same time. Y'all, we were sitting in the waiting area literally all day. You would expect that these people would set up our workstation. They would have things in place like the system we're using and everything. Nope. So the receptionist called him and he knew we were there. He knew we were waiting. He knew everything and he had us waiting there. Even though he told the recruiter that he wanted us to come in for this specific time, you would expect things would be in place. Y'all, I was waiting. We were waiting for this man to come in. And he never showed up until like minutes to 5. He showed up to work. And he knew we were there waiting. It's like you don't value our time, period. we understand you're hiring we for work for you, but come on, minutes to 5. This was another sign by God. So, you know, leave. I should just pick up and leave. But no, I stayed. So one, he didn't have anything in place for us to start working. The receptionist didn't know who we were. Like, they weren't expecting us, at least for me. And he literally was blindsided to be time and had us there waiting all day. They eventually called us upstairs till like around 12, thinking that he came into work. Nope, that was not the case. It was basically just us, like them moving us out of the waiting area downstairs where the customers or the clients need to be, to upstairs. And it was getting late. We didn't get to see the man yet. And by the man, I mean the CEO or CEO's son, whichever he is. So the cleaner, by the way, the cleaners are the people who they use as the persons who offer the clients coffee or tea or whatever. The cleaners are the same people. Like, by the way, this spa is a place like I absolutely adored at first. I was like, this is such a nice place to give ambience, everything this spa is given. When I tell y'all this is a bougie spa, it's a bougie spa. Like, it's a really nice spa, and bougie people go there, right? Regular people go there too, but bougie, it's a bougie spa. Now we're upstairs and the cleaner came to us, and apparently he called and told them like, oh, show us the lunch area so that we can go and eat. Y'all, when we went to the lunch area was on the roof. There's no actual lunch area. Well, at least from the time I was there, there's no actually lunch room. Like, where's the lunch room? The lunch room is on the freaking roof. I'm telling you, there's like a little stall, like, you know, if you build a latrine, how it is is be small, right? Good. They get a fridge built on a table in there with a microwave and one of those like portable sinks inside there. I could never believe it, because from how the spa looks inside, when I tell you this spa is 10 out of 10, it gives ambience. It's so nice. Like, when you in here, you're like, wow, right? To see what the staff eating lunch at is ridiculous. I'll probably insert a picture because child, I was shook it. We had to sit on plastic chairs on the roof, no table, nothing, just in plastic chairs, sitting with our lunch bowl on our laps to eat lunch. That should have been my cue, you know, that should have been my cue. But, you know, the attractive salary had me. Like, the salary had me, bro. Because it would have just been like an additional income, you know? But again, I also need work experience, because with a degree in Guyana, you can get a degree. But once you get the experience, these people don't want you. So, all the experience in the world, I wanted anything to add to your resume. The salary was a plus. Don't get me wrong, the salary was a plus. So, this though, we ended up going downstairs back afterwards, waiting on the man. You think he would come in like around 2? No. After 4 minutes to 5 to be precise, he came in and called us downstairs rather, and tell us, oh, tomorrow everything will be in place for y'all. Y'all can have a locker in our locker room, whatever. So of course we give them the benefit of the doubt. Next day, gone into work. First of all, we went in, the receptionist gave us a key and told us the locker area is outside of the building. Outside of the building is the locker area, and you need to leave your bag, you need to leave your phone, you need to leave every single thing and just take out your notepad or anything work related, because they're giving you a phone for work, they're giving you your system, your laptop, whatever. You gotta leave your personal belongings outside with the guard hut area. That the guard hut on the opposite side of the parking lot area, and the opposite side of the guard hut is where the locker area is. And when you say it's locker area, it's like just a gate separating anybody from walking in, which anybody could, because first of all, the guard can see everything in that area because you're on the opposite side. That's one. And two, the gate is always open. Yeah, you got a key, but the fear of somebody breaking in and getting your personal stuff, and then they can say that they're not responsible for it, is, you know. Now gone back in. That day I lodged my phone. That was like the only day. Did I even lodge my phone today? Actually no, I didn't lodge my phone. I took my phone in with me because it's like weird. Like if I get an emergency call or something, how are people calling me to give me the emergency, right? Because you can't give them the work number. The work number is only for him to message you or anybody within the workplace. Weird. This place was making you feel uncomfortable and it was only the second day. You know, supposed to be a cue to leave again. Didn't leave. Y'all, he showed me my office. My office was, you know them pantries with your pantry?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Or your storage in your house on a step. That was my office. That was it. Of course, I didn't mind. I was like, whatever. Because he did say that.
Oh, they're moving on to that different building when the building is completed.
So, I was like, whatever. You know, I'll work with this for now. It is what it is. When I tell y'all, I sit down in the little basement looking thing, and there's a camera watching me, like literally watching me all the time. And there's camera all over the place, by the way. The only place there's not a camera is probably in the washroom. It's the only privacy you get in. And later I was told that he actually watches you on the camera 24/7.
That's weird.
He could be home and watch you. Imagine somebody at home and you at work and they're watching you. Let me say you get a little itch and you got itch. He's seeing you itch, babes. He's seeing you itch. He is seeing you itch. So you gotta be careful when you itching. What you doing at all times. Everything. And the staff are like scared of him. They're like really scared of him. Like when he comes around, they get quiet and start doing something even if they're not occupied at that specific time. They start doing something because, you know, boss coming around. They call him sir. So I'm like, I'm not calling him sir, I'm calling him Mr. and his name. Because what the hell? Why am I calling somebody sir? Me name is who? And it's weird how they say it. It's like it's super weird. By the way, we were like the only Guyanese national at the workplace. Me and other girl, which I know, and the accountant. Now the fact of one being stalked while you do your work, because he's literally watching you in the camera. 2, you gotta down your P's and your Q's at all times. 3, the work environment is just very weird. Like it's super weird. Apart from having the camera in your face 24/7, is to be told you can't eat. Remember I don't tell you about the lunchroom situation, quote unquote lunchroom. Well, we were told that we can't eat in our office.
Excuse me?
But this is just my condition. The other girl was sitting on a poof in his office, on a poof with little to no leg room. Ergonomics was completely out of the picture with her. Right. Me on the other hand, I had a desk and I had a chair, so I was kind of better off than her. You best believe it, I eat right in the office. We ended up talking to him about certain things, and of course we contacted the recruiter. You would think that, oh, you're gonna tell me as the social media manager, what is your goal for your social media, right? None of these things Sir Man tell me. He just say work. And by work, from a social media manager, I turned a graphic designer.
What?
How? I was mainly dealing with graphics alone. He was sending all the departments to me to create graphics for them. Then he wanted me to be like a PR personnel. This is what he wanted. Me to be on the floors, talking to customers, asking them about their experience and whatnot.
Are you stupid or something?
It doesn't make sense to me, because originally a social media manager, from my experience as a social media assistant from my previous job, if you're creating graphics, you would just give an outline of what you want, what pictures or images you want on this graphic, text, whatever, and send it to the graphic designer, and he'll execute what you want. Now the man didn't even want to give me the social media passwords, like put in social media passwords, which doesn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you want to give me the social media password as your social media manager. 2 and 2 not making 4 at all. Finally get access to the page, and of course I'm replying to customers. I started replying to customers because the way he responded to customers was like hi, and then just send, like, if they querying about a price or whatever, he would just say hi and send a price list that is very blurry. Now I started responding to customers, and Sarah started deleting my messages that was being sent to customers. Like, I'm telling you, not even weird messages, just like hi, good day, thank you for contacting us, how may I assist you, or you know. And I even updated their fast replies because of course it would be easier for me. Updated it, started sending messages, whatever. He deleted messages, or if somebody query about something, he would end up messaging them back if they don't respond in a certain time after asking the price. Do you want to book an appointment? Do you want to book an appointment? Like, I'm telling you, like, literally harassing the clients. Like, what the hell? Let me do my job. Don't hire me for something and you also doing it. You understand? Like, allow me to do my job. Yeah, at this point I was so ticked off, but of course I kept my cool. Now I ended up telling him about it. I told him that if you're gonna pay me to do a job, at least allow me to do it. One day now, the other girl, she was in work, and well, she started to work in my office, basically my office. Anyways, she wanted to ask him something because the system that he gave to her wasn't there when she went into work today. So she was basically just sitting around and she wanted to message him. So she's like,
Can you use your phone to message him?
I'm like, sir, we're not supposed to get with phone, you remember? But anyways, I have my watch, so messaging, he, you know, we could bypass it. Like, okay, I did it on my watch, it's whatever. So message him, and he was like, let me just look for the message. Let me look for the message for y'all and tell y'all what he said. What he said directly, receipts. So basically, I was like, hey, good morning. So, which is the girl's name, is asking where is her laptop and phone so she can get her work started.
He's like, good morning. She used to be at the front desk handling clients with the receptionist for now.
Which is confusing because why is she doing receptionist role? I ignored him because he's like,
is that clear?
So she collect my phone and responded,
I don't think it's feasible to be at the front desk at this moment. I have a few calls from last week to get done and the remainder of my assigned tasks to complete.
He's like,
what is not feasible? I don't understand. And one, why are the personal phones on inside of the office to send messages? It's very clearly stated that all of our staff should keep their phones in the lockers assigned. Kindly note, company rules remain standard for all staff. I would appreciate if it's not broken.
Really, nigga?
Another day now, I went into work, and had I not had my phone on me, I would not have known that there's protests going on. My mom called me and was like, it's coming down to where we live, so you know it would be best for you to come home because like they were burning up vehicles and shit. It was technically a protest turned into like a friggin' riot type of vibe. I called him, he didn't answer, so I ended up messaging him and tell him that, oh, so happening and I'd have to leave work. He is to call me and was like,
so you're gonna come into work on Saturday then to fill in the work time that you didn't complete today?
I was like, I'm not coming in here on a Saturday. Why am I coming to work on a Saturday? He's like,
we're gonna do deductions.
I said, okay, fine, my safety is more important than that anyways, right? But I didn't tell him my safety is more important than that. I just told him like, okay, fine, whatever. By the way, I don't think I told y'all, but basically after I informed him about the timings that I'll be able to work and whatnot, a day I end up leaving at 5, which is the time I'm supposed to leave work. Tell me why he is to tell the other girl that I'm supposed to be working up to 6. After I told you that my classes start at 6 in the interview, why am I leaving work at 6? So I had to tell you about that. That is not it though. Apparently they are one of the same spot in Trinidad. There's one in Guyana, one in Trinidad. And his father would call on the company phone, which was supposed to be my phone now, and call to give me instructions. This is concerning the graphics. So I'm in between taking instructions from him, his father, and apparently they get, I don't know if it's his mom or the graphic designer or I don't know who. So that was pretty confusing. The day that I left early because of the protest was the day that he lashed out in work apparently. I just happened to miss it. He came into the place and he was cussing up, talking in his language to the Guyanese staff, which is only 2. Besides me, there's only 2 others, right? Well, 2 others in that position, because the cleaners and so forth, they're also local. But the hairdressers and masseuse and whatever, they're a different national. So I missed it all. She don't know if he drunk, if he high, what was it? Now the next day she told me about it, obviously, and she was like, she was pretty scared. And on that same day we ended up leaving, cause what? My mother's always tell me, what miss you don't pass you. You know, when you smile, I always grew up hearing the what miss you don't pass you. Bitch, we said we would give it, like every day we saying, okay, we can give it 3 months. The next day we saying we can give it a month. Like it just keep, the months then that we can give the job, it just keep dying down. And he knew that we left because we informed the receptionist, like we give them the keys to the locker. And bro, I swear to God, if they could leave at their own free will, trust me, they would. But they're literally living in a housing compound owned by them. Obviously, they brought them to Guyana to work, probably because of their situation in their country, or to provide for their family, which is really, you know, really sad, because they kind of don't have a choice. And they can't even have their phones. Is like the time difference is ridiculous compared to Guyana, and the people can't even get a phone to call their family. But nothing on the side of phone, because the time difference is ridiculous. You would understand, like, if he allowed them to, like, in between a break or something, you could call your family or whatever, because I'm telling you, by the time they go home, their work time is ridiculous. Their work time is from like 9:30, 10 in the morning to 7 in the evening, sometimes even 7:30, 8 o'clock. This is the time they in work, and then they gotta reach to work the next day again. It's ridiculous. Like, the way he treats his staff is really poor, and I can't support though. If you're treating your own people like though, much less me, who's not you people, you understand? And we were told that supposed to be 2 weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks, but it was basically training week. We in training. So I'm in training and I'm working my ass off. The break time is 45 minutes. Only a 45 minutes break you get throughout the whole day. You can't eat no other time. You could only drink water.
No, I just don't think this is like right for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home.
But initially, I told the other girl, babes, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. I don't care. I don't care how much you're paying. I don't care, because if you're paying me for this quote-unquote training week, and now you get paid training. At least from what I know, you get paid training. 2, you didn't hire me to train me, because you're not training me. There's no one training me. You literally hired me to start working right off the bat. Why am I not being paid for that 2 weeks? Why? Well, technically it wasn't 2 weeks, because I didn't sign no contract yet. But it was basically like, it was 2 weeks? Yeah, the following Monday they said we can sign contract. I didn't stay to sign no contract. The next day, I think it was the next day or the day after, the recruiter was like, his dad would like to, you know, hop on a phone call with me. He asked me for my number. I said, no thank you, I don't want to talk to him. And then he ended up telling me that he said that he's sorry about, you know, whatever transpired and his son's actions, and he's willing to, I think it's his son afterwards told her that he's willing to put things in place for us. Yeah, some shit like that. But I was not going back to that hell. I was like, nope, I'm out. Going back in, no stop. So yeah, his dad wanted us to come back. He eventually said like, oh, you know, he wanted me to come back because of course he realized that we were an asset to his company. But to go back in now, no sir, no sir. But yeah, we weren't trying to return to that shithole. Like, work conditions were absolute shit. The staff were nice, but his professionalism was zero. Negative fucking zero. And I wasn't trying to be working in an office where you're watching me on a camera 24/7. I'm telling you, like, there were 2 lights in office basement space, and one was a big ass LED light, so it was bright. So of course I only left on one light. He would call, he wasn't in the building, right? And he would call like one of his staff and tell them to turn on the light in the office, or let us turn on the light. And another time he told one of the cleaners, let us turn on the light as soon as we come in. That's like absolutely weird. I personally can't work in a condition like that. I can't. Like, nope. It was hell. It's worse than a private school, and I've been to private school majority of my life, and it's worse than private schools. So I wasn't trying to be in there. So yeah, that's basically my worst job experience. That sums it up. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. If y'all had any worst job experience, y'all can tell me in the comments. But if y'all in comment, then I can just think that, oh, y'all didn't make it halfway this video. But it's all cool, so cool. I'll just see y'all in my next video. Maybe. Yeah. And if y'all can take away anything from this video, if the job's stressing you out, leave the job. Leave it. Another opportunity will eventually present itself to you. Period. So, bye guys. See y'all in my next video. Later.